Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ross News. I'm your host, Josh Schroed. Today, we are covering the topic of the missing person, Hunter Fuchs. Hunter can wait. Today, we're covering the topic of the Harlem Renaissance and its impact on black culture across America. First, we're having Ryder Joner report. Take it away, Ryder.
The Harlem Renaissance, which spanned the 1920s, was a cultural explosion that brought African-American art, music, literature, and performance into the spotlight. That spotlight was set against the backdrop of post-World War I America. It was a dark time when Black Americans, having survived centuries of slavery and oppression, began to finally redefine their identity. But what about the American dream? The so-called dream that promised freedom, opportunity, and success for all. Is this really a true dream for all? Well, for many, the Harlem Renaissance was a hopeful manifestation of this dream, a cultural renewal that made visible the voices of many black people, including black artists, poets, musicians, and intellectuals, creating a new narrative of what America could really be. When we think of the Harlem Renaissance, we often think of poets, musicians, and painters, but that might not be it. The Harlem Renaissance was also a time of groundbreaking contributions in dance. Harlem was the epicenter of a cultural shift, and dancers like Josephine Baker, Florence Mills, and Bill Robinson became icons. They pushed boundaries in performance and helped shape modern American dance as we know it today.
Wow. Just wow. Real patriotic, Ryder. Now that's a real American. Okay. Next, we're having Gryphine Lusk. What kind of name is that? We're having Gryphine Lusk report about Josephine Baker. Take it away, Gryphine.
Josephine Baker, perhaps the most famous dancer of the time, captivated audiences with her exotic, free-spirited performances. Her style was groundbreaking, blending African-inspired movements with modern dance to create a new language of performance. Baker's success was an international phenomenon, and her influence transcended racial boundaries. She became a symbol of liberation and empowerment, showing the world that African-American performers had not only a place on the world stage, but were transforming the very definition of elegance, grace, and beauty. While some saw the works produced during the Harlem Renaissance as evidence of the American dream being corrupted, especially since the system denied African Americans equality, others saw this cultural movement as a powerful renewal. Figures like Langston Hughes, through his poetry, celebrated black life and resilience, presenting a vision of America where all its people could achieve their fullest potential. Hughes' famous poem, I Too, speaks to this. I Too Sing America. It's a declaration that African Americans were a vital part of the American experience, deserving of the same rights and opportunities as everyone else.
Wow, that was amazing. Maybe tone down the spooky vibes a little bit more next time. Ain't that right, Gryphine? Next, we are having our reporter, Joey True, straight from Australia, talk about Florence Mills. Take it away down there in Australia.
Florence Mills, another iconic dancer of the Harlem Renaissance, is often remembered for a unique blend of jazz and tap dance. She was known for her vibrant performances in the Colton Club and the Apollo Theater, helping to introduce African-American culture to mainstream audiences. Similarly, Bill Bojangles Robinson, a pioneering tap dancer, broke racial stereotypes through his performances, and collaborations with white performers in Broadway shows were revolutionary for the time. Robinson's energetic footwork and sophisticated tap dance style became legendary, influencing countless decades who followed. In addition to Hughes, artists like Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong redefined music during this time, creating jazz and blues that resonated across racial barriers. The American dream of success was achieved not by conforming, but through innovation and cultural transformation. Music in particular became a powerful voice for self-expression, telling the stories of Black life and struggles while also uplifting the spirit of resilience. The Harlem Renaissance was a symbol of how the American dream could evolve, showcasing a new inclusive vision.
Sorry, is this thing on? That was amazing. Next, we have Craig Giles closing us off.
But the Harlem Renaissance wasn't just about literature and music. It was a holistic cultural movement that changed the very fabric of American society. The arts created by the Black Americans were not only about challenging the status quo, but also redefining it through visual art, literature, music, and yes, even dance. The Renaissance ignited a renewed vision of the American dream. And this spirit of innovation wasn't just felt in the saloons or concert halls, it reverberated on the stage, especially in the world of dance. The dancers of the Harlem Renaissance didn't just perform, they inspired a generation. Their movements, bold and expressive, became symbolic of the dreams of freedom and opportunity that the Harlem Renaissance was all about. They demonstrated the power of art to break down racial barriers and to reimagine the American dream in a way that was both inclusive and innovative. The Harlem Renaissance's influence on dance and the arts was felt long after the decade ended, shaping future generations of artists and performers even to this day.
Whew, that was amazing, Joey. Now, Ja, signing off. Goodbye to all of you at Ross News.
Oh my gosh, bye,
night.
you're the best news reporter, Ja.
I might swerve, bend that corner, whoa. Hold on tight, cause I might tweaking this, holding this shit go. And I told her that she wanna show, me who she be.